Hello, here is Peter from Crypto World, Cryptocurrency and Warsaw. We have a CEO of Exfluency, Robert Etches. Robert, could you tell us what is about ICO, Exfluency, and what is Exfluency for our users?
Yeah, of course. ICO, what's ICO? I think ICO is a new way of raising money quickly and in a dynamic way that allows innovative ideas to go to market much quicker than in the old world being 2 years ago. So where people were working for years with IPOs and feeling very restricted by VC money and equity capital, the whole structure of ICOs allows people with really good ideas to gain traction very quickly, go to market quickly, and get the sort of investments they need to produce their products very quickly. I think the very way in the olden days that when you had to raise money by meant that the time to market was too slow. And in a world changing as quickly as it is today, you can't move that slowly. So in that respect, I think ICOs is a fantastic new opportunity for the innovators in all sorts of sectors to get to market with their ideas much quicker. And the success of the ICO concept is clear already today, where we can see a lot of old money, a lot of the traditional investors, people who are used to investing in IPOs or providing VC money, they're here now too. So the old money is following the new concept.
All right. Please tell us something more about your project.
Yeah, right. So that's the mechanics. Why are we doing it? Exfluency has been the people behind Exfluency. We've been working in the language industry now for 25, 30 years, and we can see that the current model is unsustainable. We can see that even though outsourced language services account for $50 billion worth of revenue in 2018. This money is only providing 0.01% of multilingual data in the world. In other words, there's 99.99% of all online content that has not been translated. Now, the other fact that's really relevant here is that 40% of a product's value is in its interoperability. In other words, in its ability to operate in other languages cross-border. So if a company is not providing information in other languages to potential clients, it can't sell to them. So because companies aren't translating, they're not selling. At the same time, we can see with the explosion of the IoT devices that we know by 2020 there'll be 8 billion IoT devices out there. People will want to be spoken to in their own language. It's not good enough to provide things in English. It has to be in Polish or Slovakian or Brazilian or whatever. And the current model, the current translation model, is not sustainable. It will not be able to meet the demand. So some of us have been looking for a third way, a new approach to how we can provide this information, this multilingual communication. And the solution came to us through blockchain technology, because blockchain allows us to bring together a huge community of translators, of linguists, of subject matter experts, to provide this information in a new dynamic way. Blockchain allows us to trace where the data is coming from, who's provided it, who owns it. It can show the buyer who's the best person to help them in a given situation. We cut out a lot of the middlemen. It becomes peer-to-peer transactions. The whole model between language industry, technology, and blockchain is as though it's a match made in heaven. So we know that blockchain will disrupt many sectors, and the next obvious one is the language.
Okay, Robert, but you said quite a lot about the language market.
Yes.
But you've got also huge competitors at this field, like Google, for example, like Pons and the others.
Yes.
Please tell us why will be better than them.
Yeah. There are two aspects to that. One is that the commercial purchase of translation, they don't use Google. Google is used by private individuals and people in business too for everyday, quick-to-know things. You don't copy-paste a 50-page document into Google. You might paste 50 words and get a translation. So at that level, Google has a role to play. There are two fundamental problems with Google. One is that they are free, but they're not free. They will use your data, they will leverage your data for their own good. And I don't want a corporation to own language. Language should be owned by the people. That's one problem with it. The other thing is that you don't know the quality of what you're getting. You don't know whether it's good or bad. What we were doing in Exfluency is when people upload a document and get an automatic translation, we will also be telling them how good it is. In other words, you will have a qualitative feedback on what we're providing you with. Yes, you'll pay money for it, not much, but you'll pay some money for that, and we'll tell you, is this an A, a B, or a C? And then, if you want it improved, we will give you peer-to-peer access to an expert in that field to improve it for you. So you'll get it cheaper and you'll get it faster. And I think that market will both challenge Google's monopoly for the one-offs, and it will challenge the language industry market, who are actually putting all the middlemen in there that are making the process more expensive.
Okay, please tell us how much capital you've got at this moment and how much you want to collect to start with the project.
Yeah. So one of the huge problems with startups, whether they have the best idea in the world or not, is the money. How do you actually invest in a professional organization? How do you build something up while you don't have anything? And we are very fortunate that our owners are a listed company here in Poland, and they're providing us with the sort of financing we need to run the ICO. So we believe we'll be spending something like up to almost €1 million in the actual ICO process. So we're very fortunate that our owners can do that for us. We don't have to go out and find that initial capital. Having said that, once the ICO is over, we hope to have raised as much as we have a hard cap of $30 million, and then we'll have the money to fund the whole process. But the first $1 million will be used to go out on a roadshow, to attract investors, and to build the MVP, so that we have the first product to show people.
How long it will take to build your MVP?
Well, that's a good question. MVPs are very elastic things, depending on what you put into them. But we hope to have an MVP early next year.
It's quite a short time. I hope that you will do this MVP and it will be cutted. Our users from the website might see it.
Well, I look forward to that. I'm sure it's a great challenge, but it's very exciting. This is an incredibly exciting space. I know that a lot of the technological advances over the next 10 years will come through blockchain. So whether Exfluency succeeds or not, somebody within this sector, within the language sector, will succeed in creating a blockchain product, because it's such a perfect match.
I hope that you will be succeeded at this market. One more thing, could you tell us where our users might find information about Exfluency?
Of course. So they should go to exfluency.com, and there you can subscribe to our newsletters, and we'll be providing from August. There'll be two newsletters a week, so people can really follow the progress of the project. And of course, invest. This is going to be an amazing investment. XFL tokens are going to be the new black.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.